What happens when a society removes marriage, shared homes, and the father's household from the center of family life? Around Lugu Lake, the Mosuo offer an answer built on mothers, shared duty, and a relationship system that makes sense once you see the whole structure. Lugu Lake lies in southern China, high in the Himalayas. It sits more than 2.5 kilometers above sea level. The lake straddles the border of Sichuan and Yunnan provinces. Mountains surround it like a wall. The nearest city is about 6 hours away on narrow roads. Some roads barely allow 2 cars to pass. In winter, snow can isolate villages for weeks. For most of history, outsiders rarely reached this place. That isolation helped the Mosuo preserve customs lost elsewhere. Roughly 40,000 Mosuo live in villages around the lake. Families often share closely built timber homes, work, and food. China does not list the Mosuo among its 55 official minority groups. On official IDs, many are registered as Mongolian or Naxi. For centuries, they have passed down stories of the mother goddess Gemu. Their tradition places Gemu on a nearby mountain. One myth says Lugu Lake formed from her tears after a spirit lover rejected her. Even the landscape carries a story of female power. But geography alone cannot explain why Mosuo society developed so differently. To understand the system, you have to look inside the household. In a Mosuo home, the grandmother leads the family. She holds the storehouse keys, controlling food, money, and major decisions. Homes, land, and the family name pass to daughters, while men serve the family through a different household role. A Mosuo man remains with his mother's family for life. His central responsibility is helping raise his sister's children. He supports his nieces and nephews financially. For many children, the main father figure is their maternal uncle. The biological father usually visits from another household. Mosuo culture holds that women are more capable than men, mentally and physically. That description comes from long-term anthropological study, not the narrator's opinion. Professor Chuan Kangxi documented this belief after years of research. Even so, calling the Mosuo a matriarchy is misleading. Women direct households and control family resources. Men can still hold political power beyond the home. Matrilineal is the more accurate term. The family line passes through the mother. Once the household structure is clear, the relationship system becomes easier to understand. The Mosuo practice Zuhun, often translated as walking marriage. After a woman's coming-of-age ceremony, she may invite a man to visit at night. He stays in a private room, sometimes called the flower room. Before sunrise, he returns to his own mother's house. There is no marriage contract, ceremony, or shared home. The relationship continues only while both people want it. This differs from casual dating because neither partner depends on the other for survival. A Mosuo woman already shares control of her family's house, land, and food. She does not have to choose between affection and economic security. When affection ends, there is no financial trap forcing the relationship to continue. Matriarch Yang Kongmu described these relationships as based on mutual affection, with separation when it fades. She once wove a belt for her first partner, following the tradition of that time. Today, couples may exchange flowers or even an iPhone, but the bond remains emotional rather than legal. Children stay with the mother's family and grow up with their mother, grandmother, aunts, and uncles. A biological father may help, but the mother's brothers remain the primary caregivers. What sounds unusual becomes practical when love and economics were never joined in the first place. The Mosuo keep romance as a choice and family as a team. Their system grew in a harsh mountain environment. Survival there depends on pooled labor and shared resources. A household of sisters, brothers, aunts, and uncles can divide the work. Together they farm, fish, build, and care for children. That can be more efficient than one couple carrying every responsibility alone. Walking marriage keeps adult workers connected to their original household. It also prevents property from being divided when relationships end. Every child is surrounded by several responsible adults, not only two parents. Religion reinforces this family structure. The Mosuo are traditionally animists who worship Gemu as a mother goddess. Over time, they also absorbed Tibetan Buddhist traditions. Many families still send one male member to become a monk. Another Mosuo myth says dogs were offered 60-year lifespans. Humans in the story were given only 13 years. The two species traded places. The Mosuo then promised to honor dogs forever. The story reflects the culture's focus on loyalty and mutual obligation. These customs are not random. They answer a world where cooperation can determine survival. Walking marriage is not a rebellion against tradition. For the Mosuo, it is tradition itself. It grew from the mountains, the lake, and the need to remain united. For most of their history, outsiders largely left the Mosuo alone. That changed during China's Cultural Revolution. Authorities banned the Daba religion, burned prayer books, and destroyed monasteries. Starting in the 1970s, the one husband, one wife campaign forced couples toward marriage and shared homes. Mosuo elder Sergei Dorma recalled the Red Army taking possessions and forcing people to abandon their customs. The pressure attacked the entire social structure. Families preserved parts of the tradition by resisting in secret. The outside world eventually reached Lugu Lake anyway. In 2015, a new road and airport opened near the lake. Tourists began arriving in large numbers. Villagers built hotels and restaurants. Some lakefront families became wealthy almost overnight. Young Mosuo musician Yang Jaxi said transport had become more convenient. With easier travel came outside ideas the villages had rarely encountered. Romance was part of that change. Young Mosuo began watching Chinese romantic films. Some chose formal marriage and shared homes. Jaxi married a Han Chinese woman. They now live together with their baby. Yet he still sends money to help support his sister's children. The older obligation has not fully disappeared. Mosuo culture now stands at a precarious juncture. Its system survived centuries of mountain isolation. It also survived government crackdowns and pressure to conform. Now it faces smartphones, tourist buses, and the desire to try something new. The question is not whether the Mosuo way is right or wrong. The real question is whether it can survive the freedom to choose another way. The Mosuo show that love and family can follow very different principles. The system we inherit is not the only one that can work. Remember that lesson, and follow for more stories that reveal the world's unexpected logic.